Hi, everyone, and welcome to Select Board Roundtable. It is November 2024, and some of you may be aware of the fact that we had talked about going on location for some of our roundtables, and we are on location today, and we're excited to tell you about it. But let us just start with introducing ourselves. I'm Teresa Flynn.
I'm John Samia.
I'm Beth Cassavant.
Carlos Garcia.
Michelle Conlon.
And we are joined by Robert Nguyen of NOLA Cajun Kitchen. So we are here at Marketplace Plaza, which is at 378 Maple Ave, not to be confused, kind of right at the corner of Route 9. And we were actually supposed to come and meet with you, Robert, earlier this year.
Yeah.
And there was a big ice storm, and we had to reschedule. So sorry that it took us so long, but we're really excited to be here. And what we wanted to do was, talk to a recent business addition to Shrewsbury. So we'd love to just start with, why don't you tell us a little bit about NOLA Kitchen and what you are and how you came to be?
NOLA Cajun was born in 2019. My background, I managed hotel and restaurant all my life. I'm originally from New Orleans, lived there all my life since 1975. And after managing hotels and restaurants, I realized that in New England, they don't have a New Orleans style restaurant, not so much as Cajun. As you know, 95% of the restaurant failed in the first 2 years. So we started real small in the town of West Boylston. And now we're here. So 5 years later, we're here in the town of Shrewsbury, and we're looking forward to be here. We're excited to be here. Food is unique. Cajun, a lot of people feel that Cajun is too spicy, but that's a misconception. Okay, our Cajun from New Orleans have a lot of flavor. Okay, not so much spice. A lot of chain restaurants use Cajun because they use blackened and they season so much with real spicy. But here, our food is just a lot of flavor. And all the orders are cooked to sell. We don't make anything in advance. When you order them, that's when we make them.
Now, how long have you been in West Boylston?
Since February 2019.
2019, you
Yeah.
did say that. And you've been in Shrewsbury for just under a year. Was
Just
it
under a
January?
year, opened in January.
Okay. Tell us why Shrewsbury? What brought you here?
Well, one of the things was a lot of our customers that go to West Boylston are from Shrewsbury. And also, I found that the town Shrewsbury are growing. And I look around and there's mostly just a pizza, burger, nothing that, so I feel that Shrewsbury needs something different, so that's why we're here.
And in this location, it was refurbished over the past
Yes,
couple
this
of years.
location was used to be, real bad, but the landlord upgraded. It's beautiful. He upgraded the parking lot, the area. So I think it's just still, because it's right off of Route 9 and it's tucked away and no one really looked at it. But I believe that in the next year or so, this plaza is going to explode.
Yeah, it's great. There's a few other businesses. I see that you have a
Yep.
nail salon.
Nail salon's coming
that's
in.
coming next
so
door, which is great. So how has your experience been so far in Shrewsbury?
The experience from here is warm, but every day we are picking up new customers that happen to pass by, or people just like, wow, how long you been here? So I think, I'm really looking forward to the next couple of years.
It's great.
What are your hours?
We open Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 12 to 8, Sunday, 12 to 6. We close on Tuesday. The reason before we've opened Monday through Saturday, but a lot of our customers said, why both your locations closed on Sunday? So we find that Tuesday is really slow for us here. So now we open on Sunday so that our customers can enjoy NOLA 7 days a week.
And customers can enjoy it here. You have tables here. You
We have table
takeout.
here, we
You
have takeout.
delivery as well. or-
Yes, we use the third party, Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber. So
Tell us a little bit about your menu and the selection, and maybe tell us a little bit about what your go-to.
Well, New Orleans is all about po' boy. Po' boy is stand for poor boy sandwich. During the Depression in New Orleans, the two brothers came up with a sandwich that just plain, nothing, fancy, just little tomato, pickle, nothing, no pepper, no mushroom. So the po' boy is his main thing in New Orleans. Mostly it's shrimp, chicken, catfish. So it's a lot of seafood, you know. And we use, the batters of corn flour, cornmeal, so that way even when you take home, your food's not soggy. You can just put in like your toaster oven and it's crispy right back up. And the sandwich are baked to order. It's on a baked French bread, so it's not like the bread is, sit on the counter and then you put in a toast and that's it. The bread had to be baked again. So
I remember when you came before the select board and I asked you about beignets, and that is not something that, due to is it the frying or
yes,
the ventilation
so beignet,
system?
okay, as of right now, I mean we have the fryers for it. We came in with 3 big fryers, one dedicated for beignets. But at this point, we're not ready to do the beignets because it would require a lot of time and effort. And I want to make it, if it's not right, I'm not gonna make it. The same thing before I open, I have to go around research for the right bread.
Yeah.
And it took almost a year to find the right bread. So eventually, we're definitely gonna have beignet because that's beignet and cafe au lait got to go together.
Yeah. Well, we were joking before we started recording that you do serve beer and wine. We debated whether or not it was appropriate for a government show to have an alcoholic beverage, but I decided that we needed to showcase your full menu, and so
Yep.
cheers, but
Yep.
something that you can also partake in
Yeah,
here.
we carry a full line of Abita. That's from Abita Spring, Louisiana. So all those beers are down there. Of course, we do have other beers for our customer that try, but you should try it. The beer, even though it's in high alcohol content, but very, very smooth. So,
Great.
So I know it's a made-to-order experience, and I'm always looking for places where the food isn't sitting. So if somebody had like a 30-minute window for lunch, would they be able to come here and get something in that amount of time? What's the expectation?
all our item on the menus is made under 10 minutes.
Okay.
The only one that's go over 10 minutes are the wings, because we use fresh jumbo wings and we don't like to pre-cook them ahead of time. So it takes longer, so, anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes. But most of our items are cooked under 5, so it's about 10 minutes.
All right, that's good to know.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
How long have you lived in Massachusetts? Like you said, you grew up in New Orleans.
Yeah.
How long have you been up here in this area?
I came up here in 2012. I met my wife in 2011. So I came up here in 2012, and I've been here ever since.
Yeah. And New Orleans is a beautiful city. I've been a few times, including for French Quarter Fest, which is a big food festival. And the food is just
The
unbelievable.
food
So,
is amazing.
so
The
excited
city,
to have you here.
I mean, it has to be on your, it should be on your bucket list.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The history and the culture and just everything. New Orleans is a fantastic city.
I mean, it's the city is gorgeous. The music. I mean, when you go there, you definitely have to just spend eating.
yeah.
It's like I took my wife back in 2019, and we spent 4 days just eating.
Yeah.
So,
That's what it's all about down there.
That's where you get your inspiration, right?
Yeah.
For what you're going to serve.
I was reading the article in the Telegram, and your history, your life story is amazing. The amount of traveling that you've done. You were in Mexico for a period of time. You went to Vietnam for a short period of time to open a restaurant.
yes, I
I've
did.
been in Florida as well.
Yep.
What influence, if any, have those also played? You still have a restaurant down in Mexico, I believe?
After COVID, the law, because we're an expat, we're not. So the law in Mexico is very different.
Yeah.
Even though during COVID shut down, all my staff have to be on payroll. So we still have to pay them. There's no government help. So after carrying for 4 or 5 months, we just couldn't afford, because we don't know when it's going to end.
Yeah.
So we decided to just close both locations down. But It's an interesting, you know, it's a beautiful city.
Yeah.
It's like the safest city in the whole country. So, but yes, my background, I travel a lot. You know, I opened up restaurant in Denmark, you know, in Vietnam, you know.
And experiences in different roles, whether it's in the kitchen, dishes,
Yep.
opening up a bar, or at a hotel, you set up that.
Yeah,
So you just
yeah.
have a lot of different customer service experiences that I'd imagine have really been a natural next step for here as well.
Yes, it does. It helped a lot, you know. As a food and beverage managers, or a regular food and beverage, you know, you go through, you work with a lot of different chefs, and along the way, you learn their way of cooking, and you take that and you infuse with your New Orleans style.
Yeah.
And one of the dishes that's going to bring out, you're going to find that it's an infusion, you know, be interesting.
That's great. So I think you're going to bring out a couple of
Yes.
of your
Yep.
signature dishes.
Yep, I'm going to bring it out for you, and I'll go over it for you.
Yeah,
Okay,
that'd be
that'd be
great.
great.
Yeah,
that's great.
Thank
Love
you.
that. I never know what to order when I come to like cuisine that I haven't had before.
Yeah.
So I would
Yeah.
really appreciate someone telling me the
Yeah.
best things.
I had the last time I went to New Orleans, I had a friend that has lived in the city for 20 years, and she took me around and told me all about the food. And it was French Quarter Fest when we were there, and it was it was just a food tour of the city, and it was amazing to have our own tour guide.
Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
Great.
That is
Beautiful.
amazing.
Right.
All right, Robert, what do we got here?
All right, so what you have here is called crawfish fries. So we use the crawfish tail meat, and I make it with my Cajun cheesy sauce, and it pour right on top of Cajun fries. It's one of the biggest appetizer seller. You know, people love them. The infusion I was talking about is the NOLA garlic shrimp garlic noodle. The noodles, the sauce I made it myself. We call it secret sauce with a Asian infused. It's have a tangy taste to it. Okay, I mean people just go for every time they come here the shrimp garlic noodle.
Shrimp garlic noodle. All
The
right.
po' boy, we have over 14 different kind of po' boy. Okay, like I say, it's simple on a baked French bread with a little tomato pickle. In this case, we make it the Cajun, since a lot here customer love chicken. Our three biggest sellers are shrimp, catfish, and chicken. The Cajun, after we fry them, so we saute we dice the green and the red pepper, and we saute in our Cajun, and we saute with the chicken. So it's more like a Cajun relish on top of it, on baked French bread, and it's served with Cajun fries.
Trying to figure out maybe what I'm going to order.
I know, right?
Yeah, so thank you.
I know, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We're definitely going to be taking some entrees home with us tonight, so we appreciate it. We definitely wanted to, showcase you, to share with residents, again, what type of business is coming into Shrewsbury, but really to highlight, your local, small business, family run. And, we certainly want to help, promote you and others within the community. And so hopefully some of the residents who might see this, who haven't been here, and I see that you have some traffic coming in, will decide to come in and try you out.
Well, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it, what this is, the town does for us, and we're looking forward to the upcoming year.
Yeah.
Thanks, Robert. We appreciate it.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. It's great.
Okay, we're back. We took a little break to try out some of these, the entrees, and oh my gosh, they're amazing.
Yes. So good.
We did want to mention that there are a few other restaurants, establishments in this plaza. So Eggholic opened fairly recently too, within the past year. We have the new coffee and pastry, MOTW, that is right here. Imperial Buffet has been here for quite some time and is still here. And just to give people perspective on where we are, there's a Reliant Medical Center kind of at the other end of the plaza. So
Kind of tour the world in this plaza.
you can.
That's true.
And apparently soon get your nails done.
Yeah,
So
I mean, that's
Then
like,
go wash your car across the
really
street.
great.
there you go.
That's really great.
There you go. It's a one-stop shop. So again, we're super grateful to Robert for sharing his story with us, and again, encourage residents. It's just exciting. I mean, I've lived in Shrewsbury for over 20 years now, and there's just a lot more variety in terms of dining establishments, and we're actually excited to see that there are more on the horizon. The planning board is sort of looking at potentially putting board through the process in upcoming months. But I think that we all saw this past week that there was a big announcement about the old Bohemia site. And I sort of joked around that, my gosh, like if you ever wanted to find something that really overjoyed people, it was bringing the ground round back to,
Yes.
to Shrewsbury.
Yes.
So those owners, the Shays, came before the select board, I believe, in August of this year. And we asked, what are you thinking? And they were like, oh, it's going to be a family establishment. They weren't quite ready to fully announce their plans. But we're super excited, and I think that that's going to also really round out the options that are available.
And that's going to be operated by a Shrewsbury couple who has operated other businesses in the area as well. So it's a nice, like, local connection, and I think I've never seen so many people excited about something.
The sense of nostalgia of meeting the 21st century
Yeah.
without the peanuts.
Yeah.
Right. They did say popcorn, though,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is a nice trade-off.
It's a
So-
good location for that as well, so it's
Yeah.
another opportunity. People that go to different places to eat.
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I recently went to the Nautical Bowls ribbon cutting, and there was just so much excitement for that restaurant as
that's
well.
in Lakeway?
In Lakeway, yep. Acai bowls, smoothies. It's just a great spot. I know
Fantastic.
I've been there probably like 4 times already. So.
Honestly, Carl, I
That's
still have
fair.
2 teenage daughters in the house, and my God, like I feel like that's where all our money is going.
Yeah.
They've now converted my husband, so yeah, it's quite popular in the Flynn household.
So
but-
good and so refreshing.
Yes.
They grind the peanut butter right onto your bowl, like it's freshly ground peanut butter. It's great. So very exciting addition to town.
So I think that's a great segue to sort of talk about economic development in Shrewsbury. We know that the large percentage of our tax levy is from residential taxes, and we've always talked about growing our commercial tax base, again, to offset the burden on residents. And we know that stimulating economic development is a key part of the town's master plan, and then when we introduced the 2030 strategic plan, the area of Prosperous included a commitment to economic development. So we know that, again, when we look at town staff, it's, people are fairly stretched. We have a director of planning and economic development. We know that the planning role is pretty significant. So really looking at how can we jumpstart a little bit more with economic development. And it's not just about driving businesses to Shrewsbury, it's supporting the businesses that are here and how we can work with local businesses, again, to best support their business. So Beth and I were able to participate in I'll call it the first in a long time.
Yes.
Meeting of the Shrewsbury Development Corporation. So the SDC is not new, but really was formed more to support the development of Centec North, and since then has not been very active. But you're great at sort of talking about I'll call it the legislative aspect of it. So maybe you can give a quick overview of that and sort of how we segue that into
Right.
helping us to.
So it's the Shrewsbury Development Corporation was formed through special legislation after the town meeting decided to purchase the piece of land we now call Centec North, but probably people who've lived here longer think of as the Allen Farm. It's between South Street. It's on South Street between Route 9 and Route 20. And now it's, it's an office park now with great commercial development. But it took a good 20 years before the SDC managed to find the kind of development that was consistent with the Shrewsbury Master Plan. The reason that that land was purchased was to prevent I think it was 500 or 800 unit apartment complex from being built there. But it then took quite a long time to get that property sold. And also a lot of investment was made, leveraging state grants and getting like road put in and getting, I think it was sewer connection and making sure there was enough water. And so now, what does the SDC do? Unfortunately, when the land was sold, we had other pressing needs, and we weren't able to roll that proceeds into the SDC itself, so that they could go ahead and make strategic land purchases. But we did work on what could their charge be, and part of that is giving the SDC the task of engaging a consultant and working on an economic development plan that could be the blueprint for what we want to see going forward. A lot of the times development happens to us rather than us going out and seeking development. And I mean, that's what the SDC did with the Allen property. They went out and they were looking actively for the kind of development we wanted in Shrewsbury, and when it wasn't the right thing, they passed on it until it was. So kind of looking to do a little bit more of that. There's several new members. They have great backgrounds in development, in real estate. So I really do think that their experience is going to serve the town well in doing things to support the businesses that we already have and attracting new businesses that would fit in with the character of our community.
Yeah, so grateful to the residents that came forward to put their names in to be a part of the SDC. So Richard Ricker has been a longtime member and is currently serving as president. Mel Ciaccheroni, Steve Walsh, Liam Della, Julie Holstrom, Tom Bodden, and Nicole Torres are also new and I think one recurring member of the SDC. So they met for the first time recently, and as Beth said, we really recognize that without an economic development plan, we don't really have anything to work off of. And part of that is to identify what are the opportunities, what type of business should we be trying to attract. Quite frankly, we've been talking a lot about residential development and multifamily housing and apartments in Shrewsbury and under 40B. Those all go in on commercially zoned land. And so, again, I think our focus is on how can we maximize the opportunities to attract more commercial business for the areas in town that are zoned for that. So we are excited that they are now engaged, and they're really excited, I think, to have a broader purpose in helping to serve the town in that capacity. And the comprehensive study is being funded with ARPA funds. But again, we'll include a community engagement process as well. And again, as Beth said, we'll kind of provide that blueprint on how to move forward. So, but again, I think that is going to further support what we're seeing with, certainly food establishments, but other types of business that might be coming into Shrewsbury.
We have an interesting little factoid here. So according to our principal department assistant in the health department, this has been the most amount of applications at one time for food establishments in the 13 years that she's been in the position. So we have all these amazing businesses coming and exploring Shrewsbury and opening up. So it's a really exciting time for the town, for the SDC to be reestablished, and just for everybody. It's great.
Absolutely. And, as Robert said, there's sort of this untapped need, and Shrewsbury residents going to other towns or nearby communities because maybe they have options that aren't available here. So I think that I'm not sure if anyone else has anything else that they want to contribute to that. It's, what is the date today? November 14th. So next week is a busy week. We have special town meeting and we have a select board meeting scheduled for Tuesday. And
Classification hearing.
the tax classification hearing, which is a public hearing, if residents are interested in that, I believe we're starting at 5:45 on Tuesday. And that is in preparation for the chance that a special town meeting runs into a second night. So we want to make sure that we're able to conduct both meetings. So never a dull moment. All right. Well, with that, thanks for joining us. And we always welcome your feedback on other businesses that you would like to see us highlight or any other topics that you would like for us to address. So with that, we'll see you in December.